I got a call just this morning from an old friend who lives about 1,000 miles away, asking about how to manage the stress and anxiety of this time, this lockdown, shelter in place, stay at home kind of time. And what she was experiencing was no sense of privacy, that with family all the time. Kids are in the house all the time, parents are in the house all the time, everybody's in the house way too much, and so there's no sense of privacy, and this creates this sort of anxiety and the stress day after day after day after day. 1 or 2 days is great for that, but now we're talking about 2 months or more, and it's causing a lot of stress for a lot of people. Let's just face it. So even though we have hope that this is going to kind of decrease, we just don't know. And part of our problem is we don't know when this is going to stop. We have hopes, dreams for the future, plans for the future, and yet right now they all seem to be dashed, broken. They're not. They're just deferred. But it seems harsh. It seems really difficult right now. So one of the things we always want to do is look for not just what are the things we're going to worry about, the dangers in this. We want to look for what are the opportunities in a time like this. And we want to make an inventory of what our strengths are. What do we carry into this? What good news do we have to bring to this? So a great question during a time like this is to ask yourself, all right, what do you want to take out of this? This is going to end one day. This has a beginning, a middle, and an end, just like so many other things do. So when this ends, what new skills or habits or points of view do you want to take out of this that will help you for the rest of your life? What do you want to do now that will build for your future? It's a very, very important question. Remember, we want to think in terms of what are the things, where's the control in our life? We call it locus of control. What's the location of the control in your life? Is it inside of you? Do you get to control your life and your attitude, your stress level? Do you get to control that? Or is it all the forces in the world around us that control this? Are we always being acted upon by the world and we just respond to it? Or is it from inside out? Where's the locus of control? So I want to give you some more tools today to help you to take control of the level of stress in your life or the level of anxiety in your life. Just a disclaimer, I'm going to teach you one more tool today. We're going to talk about tapping. It's kind of a weird tool. It's a weird medicine stuff, but nevertheless, it works. So I want to teach you how to do that today so you can begin using it today to help decrease your stress levels. So before we get started, let me just remind you, there are some things that I have asked you to do in the previous tapes, the previous videos that I just would like you to consider doing. One is to practice gratitude every morning. To get up, to get a pad of paper, to write down 5 things or people or places for which you are truly grateful. Spend some time soaking in those every day, thanking God for those things every day, and to start your day off with gratitude. It changes the way your brain works. It's very healing. It's a great way to start the day. Also, exercise. Get up, go 20 minutes like you're late for work in the morning, jog a couple miles, walk a couple miles, but just do it fast. So that will also change the way your brain works. And then I also want you to practice that relaxation before you do the tapping. Remember the deep breathing from the last video, the huge sigh, and then the breathing pattern to slow everything down. Do that. So practice gratitude, do the exercises, and then do the breathing, and then move into this tapping. Now the tapping is, again, one of those body up ways of telling the middle of your brain, the limbic system, the amygdala particularly, everything is fine. So let me just say I'm not exactly sure why tapping works. I'll give you my theory of it, and I'm going to go through what it involves, but there are like 10,000 or 100,000 YouTube videos on tapping. So You can Google in or go to YouTube and search for tapping for anxiety, tapping for stress, tapping for pain, whatever, and you'll come up with 10,000 or 20,000 YouTube videos that you can look at to learn more about it. But here's sort of the quick, as far as I can understand with it, having to do with the central nervous system. We have 12 cranial nerves, and their endings go all over our body, and especially to the major organs in our body. And they, from the brain down, will tell our body through the sympathetic nervous system if there's something to be afraid of, something to be concerned about, increase heart rate, increase respiration rate, and all these symptoms that come with stress and anxiety that you might be dealing with right now. Well, we can also send messages back up from the body to tell the brain everything seems to be fine. We can kind of calm down. And that's what the breathing exercises are for, or relaxation, or things like tapping. So the places that you tap are kind of like acupuncture points without using needles. And they are all nerve endings for different ones of these cranial nerves. So it seems to be the nerves that have to do with the parasympathetic nervous system, the part of our nervous system that says everything's fine, we can relax, we can calm down. So you activate those by tapping on them. There's also things that you say, and we'll talk about that in just a second. There are words that you use, things that you say to begin, but it works. I mean, you start off by saying, okay, my stress, my anxiety, scale of 1 to 10, how bad is it? This morning, I was in a hurry this morning. My anxiety level was, I rated it as a 6, stress and anxiety. I did 2 rounds of tapping. It went to a 0. It is very helpful. So the places that you tap, you start off with this place, the karate chop part of your hand. And you tap it 3 times, 3 cycles through there, where you're going to say something like, even though I am feeling stress and anxiety. Now let's go back a second. You're the one taking responsibility for how you feel. When you're doing this, you're not letting the world around you cave in on you. You're saying, I'm going to do something to fix this. I'm going to do something to change the way I feel. I'm going to take responsibility for feeling better. So let's do that. All right, so here we go. So you're going to start with kind of what the problem is. And then, so even though I'm feeling stress and anxiety because I have a lot to do and I need to get going and I have some deadlines to make, or I'm feeling stress and anxiety because we're all locked down in the house, or I'm feeling stress and anxiety about my job, whatever it might be. Even though I can love and accept myself because God loves me and I'm loved by other people. And so I can truly be a blessing to other people today. I can make a difference in people's lives. Let's do it again. Even though I'm feeling stress and anxiety about my job today, I can love and accept myself because I'm loved by God and I'm loved by other people, and I can be a blessing to other people today. Even though I'm feeling stress and anxiety about my job or the lockdown or the COVID virus or whatever, I can love and accept myself and love and accept other people because I am loved by God and I'm loved by other people. I can be a blessing to other people today. So we do that 3 times here. And then the other places, we're going to go around the orbit of the eye. That's this bone around the eye here. And you could say, feeling stressed. That's all you got to say. Feeling stressed, like it's reminding your brain while you're doing this. Feeling stressed. The next one has to do something with the olfactory nerve. Feeling stressed. So if you have a mustache, enjoy it. Otherwise, it's right underneath your nose. Feeling stressed. Just tap it like 5 or 10 times. Feeling stressed. right below your mouth in this cleft down here. Couple fingers, feeling stressed. The next one is going to be like the middle of your chest right here, where the clavicles come together. Just kind of pound that. Feeling stressed. Next place you're going to go is under the armpit, down below the armpit, down around here. Slap it with your hand, feeling stressed. Just to remind yourself while you're doing this. Then you can go to your hands, the outside anterior part of your thumb, feeling stressed. Finger, feeling stressed. Feeling stressed. Each finger, for some reason, you skip the ring finger. I don't know. Pinky finger, feeling stressed. And then the wrist, feeling stressed. And now rate your stress again. Has it gone from a 6 or a 7 down to a 4? All right, let's do it again. But this time, even though I'm feeling stressed and overwhelmed from all the work I got to do today, I can love and accept myself. I am loved by God. I can be a blessing to other people today. Even though I'm feeling overwhelmed and stressed, stressed. I can love and accept myself. I can love and accept other people. I am loved by God. I can be a blessing to other people today. 3 times there. And then I come up here and I just go, blessing to other people. Be a blessing to other people. Be a blessing to other people. Be a blessing to other people. Bless other people today. Make a difference in somebody else's life today. Tikkun Olam. Be somebody who repairs the world today. Make things better for somebody else today. Help other people. Be a blessing. Make a difference. Make a difference in somebody's life today. Rate your stress. Mine's a 0. I hope yours is too. You could certainly do things through this cycle through 3 times and probably have your stress go away. I did this. I had a really difficult meeting I had to attend about 2 months ago. Did not want to go. Liked the guy I had to meet with, but didn't like the circumstances. And my anxiety when I rolled up in the parking lot was like an 8. It was really hard. And I reminded myself, I'm a highly trained professional. I know how to do this stuff. So I started tapping like this. And the first time through, it went from an 8 to like a 6. Went through again, went down to a 4. Did it a 3rd time, no anxiety, went to the meeting. So within 10 minutes, you can really affect your anxiety level, really decrease it a great deal. Now, again, one of the things I want to point out about everything we're talking about with anxiety is anxiety can come from a lot of different causes. So this COVID virus, the lockdown, the whole anxiety around that, that's what we're talking about, a kind of a low-grade anxiety. We're not talking about anxiety caused by cancer treatment. We're not talking about anxiety from head injuries. We're not talking about anxiety caused by medications. Those things, different set of problems, although this intervention may still help to reduce some of that anxiety. It's a medical issue, probably won't go away. A lot of anxiety can be caused by thyroid issues. You got to get that fixed, got to get that changed. So this is about circumstances in life causing stress and anxiety, certainly can help here. So I know that nobody likes it when you read on a YouTube video your notes, but I'm going to read my notes that I give to my clients when they come to the office and I'm teaching them how to tap, because I love to teach people how to do this tapping. So in between neurofeedback sessions or in between counseling sessions, people can actually do this at home by themselves. It's a great tool to have. Very portable. Take it wherever you go, wherever your hands go, you can take tapping with you. And it works. So it's very helpful at turning down the volume of the limbic system to calm down that fight or flight system in the brain. I think it's activating the parasympathetic nervous system. And by stimulating these different nerve endings, different parts of your body, like these acupuncture points for emotion, it stimulates the nerves and it sends a message to the limbic system, to the amygdala, that everything seems to be okay and you're kind of safe. So try it. The amygdala that's hijacked the brain, it can now release some of what it's doing and let the front part of the brain, let the cortex, the outside part of the brain, do its job, figure out how to solve the problem and get on with life. So I showed you that the points, you start by saying out loud, I'm taking full and complete responsibility for myself and my life. The brain responds to that. So you say it out loud. And then you start tapping. You start with this point here, the karate chop point, as we talked about just a minute ago. And then all the other points to the wrist, you've got them on the video. Just rewind the video here. And then there are things that you say that I think would normally make the brain more agitated or aroused than at peace. But because you're doing the tapping, the brain seems to be okay with it. So you start with, even though I have this problem, whatever the problem is, even though I have anxiety, I have stress, I feel overwhelmed, whatever it might be, what I say, here's what I say, and what my clients seem to like. I am fully and dearly loved by God. So I can love and accept myself. And I am loved by other people. And then I might say something like, so I can have peace. I can be a blessing to other people, like we talked about in the dad scale. I can make a difference in other people's lives. I can help to make the world a better place for somebody else today. Something like that is what I am going to say. And I'm going to say that whole speech. I'm going to say that 3 times through while I'm tapping on the karate chop part of my hand. And then as I move to other places, around my eye, nose, chest, underneath, hands, fingers, as I move to other places, I can kind of vent about the situation if I want to. Oh, I've got way too much work to do, or I'm running out of time, whatever. Or I can just remind myself with one word, stress, stress. Either way, brain seems to respond to it. And then the second time through, I'm going to say what I want, how I want this to end. Blessing. Care for other people. Make a difference in their lives. Something like that. So, the process to release the anxiety, release the stress, first, go wash your hands. Then you can touch your face. Go wash your hands. And then do the 2 different breathing exercises, the gigantic, enormous sigh, and then the slow breathing. Let your body sort of calm down a bit. Consider reading something like the 23rd Psalm, Romans chapter 8, verses 14 to 17. Any of the prayers in Paul's letter to the Ephesians, these are all beautiful things to help calm down both our soul and our spirit. And then, even though I feel stress and anxiety in my body, during these uncertain days, on this uncertain day, I am fully and dearly loved by God. So I can love and accept myself. I am loved by other people. So I choose to relax my body, feel safe right now in the presence of God. And I want to make a difference in somebody else's life. I want my hands, my feet to be the hands and feet of God in somebody else's life today. Practice gratitude in the presence of God. Tell God what you are truly grateful for, and really, truly consider how you might be a blessing to somebody else today, how you might make a difference in somebody else's life today.